City skins are one of the best ways to tailor your account to give you the most benefit in the field, in rallies and garrisons. And this is the video that's going to go through because there is an easy path for a lot of players. And I get asked this question all the time in all the reviews that I do, especially for free-to-play and low spenders, as far as what city skin they need to go for, how they need to go for it, and what they need to spend as far as their currency, as far as their speed ups. Do they go for Zenith? We'll talk about it all right here. Hey everybody, I'm your boy War Daddy Chadsky, and I do these videos all the time. Love playing the game Rise of Kingdoms. It is my favorite game that I have had to play in this genre. I absolutely love it. And of course, you guys know I started my YouTube account and my YouTube channel just over a year ago, and it has blown up. If you would be so kind, throw a like on the video. If you enjoy this kind of content, really helps out the channel, really helps out the algorithm, the almighty algorithm. And if you are not subscribed, consider doing so. We've pushed through well over 70,000 subscribers. You can hit that bell for any kind of alerts if you want to get updated on this type of content that I do. And it doesn't cost you anything. So subscribing is really, really easy. Well, these are all the city skins. Of course, I got a bunch of them, okay? I've been a big spender in the game for a long time. I got a ton of city skins. I got some I haven't even opened yet, but I guess I should. And it's one of the most common questions I get when it comes to Rise of Kingdoms. Like, Chadsky, what kind of city skin should I go with? Like, hey, I'm coming at a KvK 3. I run 2 Cavs and 1 infantry march. What city skin should I go with? And the conventional wisdom is that you want to pick a city skin, all right, that's going to enhance the troop type you have the most of, especially in the field. Now, I am not talking about rally and garrison players, okay? I am more talking about those of us, the other 99% of us, that are running in the field, and we're trying to do the best that we can for the kingdom that we're in, and we're running 2 marches, 3 marches, 4, 5, 6 marches sometimes, and you're trying to figure out exactly how to do this. Well, if you are a spender in the game, okay, you've probably had the opportunity to get one of the all-troop type of Zenith skins. But now that we have the new Zenith situation set up to where we're doing different types of ways to go get the skin, and there is no top 10 anymore. Now you can just push up. The only problem with that is that for these all-troop city skins, you got to push 60 million power. 60 million power is about the equivalent of 4,200 days of speed ups, okay? Basically got to look at it as in every 700 days of speed ups get you about 10 million power, okay? So you can go get that, but you're going to completely deplete yourself of speed ups. And even if you're a high spender, even if you're a mid to high spender, that is hard to replenish. 4,200 days of speed ups is really, really hard to replenish. Some of you have been saving for a long, long time. If you run a whole bunch of marches, you've been playing for a long time, and you are in the mid to high spender threshold, you might have an opportunity to go get one of these all troop benefits for a Zenith city skin. All right, we've got 12% attack, we've got 12% defense, and we've got 16% attack with the Sands of Time. And these are incredibly, incredibly powerful. Okay, if you are a mid spender or low spender, it's really, really difficult to go get a Zenith city skin. Okay, these Zenith city skins cost a lot, right? And it's just not feasible. You're not going to go into a KvK with 0 speed ups. You don't even have the speed ups to try to finish top 10 on some of this stuff. And I get asked this all the time. You know, Chadsky, I need a city skin. I'm thinking about going for Zenith. Well, they would have to save. These players would have to save for like 2 years to have enough speed ups to go after one of these city skins. Plus, if you're wanting to do one of the all troop type ones, it's 60 million power. That's what you got to get to guarantee yourself. Now, the specific troop type ones are 40 million power. It's a little bit different. And some of the benefits, like if I'm sitting here and I run 5 marches and I run 3 Cavs, an infantry, and an archer march, and I'm getting a benefit of 20% cav defense, that's really, really good. That's 60% of stats, and it's defense for my cavalry, and it's really good. However, you can get just about the same benefit doing something really, really easy. And this is what I suggest players to do. Okay, when we come in here, let me go through here and just pull this up here. Here's an account that I've got that's currently in KvK, right? I had to go wake this thing up as this account has been sitting dormant for a long time. But if you come up here, and we've talked about this a little bit, but now that we've kind of flushed this out and people are doing it, you guys got to be aware of this. You have a combat shop and you have a KvK shop. It's called the KvK shop, right? There's all kinds of different things you can do. You can get these season coins by doing research tech on your crystal technology, or you can get Conquest coins. Okay, Conquest coins might come by some of the different rewards that you get in KvK. You got to kill a lot of troops as far as being able to do a lot of sev wounds to the enemy, and you get occupation benefits when it comes to some of these different types of honors you can get and different types of rewards, right? You can get these Conquest coins all over the place just depending on how well you do. Well, odds are, and when it comes to mid and low spenders, all right, these Conquest coins are really, really good at the high end. It's the KvK weapons, right? And then it's the KvK helmets. Now, you can go get some of these as a mid to low spender or free to play, but odds are you're not going to be able to have enough materials to go forge this stuff, then go refine it, okay, and then go awaken it. Plus, you don't need to. You're not running rallies or garrisons. This is the high-end stuff here, all right? And this is what kingdoms rely on for their rallies and garrisons to give the kingdom the most benefit. Well, if you're free to play or low spender, you're just running field. So I've seen so many players that are free to play and low spinners. They have like 4 prints of this stuff. They have like 3 prints. They're never going to forge and refine it all. All right. So with that, what I encourage everybody to do, if you're free to play or low spender, you save your Conquest coins right here. If you got 2 or 4 or however many of them you got, you save them. Now in the inscription shop, to get an autarch inscription, a special inscription from the autarch shop, you have to spend a Conquest coins. That's the only thing you ought to be spending a Conquest coin on. From there, save the rest of them, and then when the time comes to where you can get 6, because you have these city skins in the Conquest, the KvK shop, right? And so you have these city skins up here when it comes to your season coins. And it takes a couple of KvKs to save enough. And you can get 10% defense bonuses or archer attack at 10%, cavalry defense. The Divine Abode's been in there forever. People like this because of the resource production that your city will produce. And then you also have the Persian Dream, which is healing speed ups, which is cumbersome to switch back every time you heal. And you got St. Peter's situation right here with the city skin of infantry defense at 10%. The Twilight Falls used to be one of the most popular ones. It used to be one of the most effective. But that's back in the day that all the commanders did skill damage. Like all the commanders. Like this is like 3 years ago. Every commander's active skill was skill damage, okay? So from there, it's not nearly as valuable as it used to be. So not a lot of people run this stuff. And I don't know a lot of people that run like 3 archer marches, 2 cavs, 2 infantry, and it's all skill damage. Nobody does that anymore because the meta is not skill damage, especially for cavs and infantry. But if you come down here, you get a special one that they just put into the game. Okay, of course, you've got this one here that's an archer defense one. Okay, the Topkapi Palace. Okay, it's really good. You got the Hedvig. That's got some siege stuff for you siege players. You know, the only time I would recommend this is if you exclusively run siege 3 and 4 and 5 marches, then this is something you might want to consider if you're not going for a Zenith or something. But this is the one that is the most important, okay? The Hawa Mahal, all right? They put this thing in, and this is what I encourage all free-to-play and low spinners to do. You save your season coins up here. You get the Hawa Mahal, okay? And it gives you all troop defense of 8%, all right? Now, we had a great city skin for a long time of all troop defense of 8%. All right. It was what was it called? I think it was called the Conquest I can't remember. Let's go look it up real quick and let's take a look at it here. It was let's see, legendary, and I believe, I don't even have it on my main. I had it on my second account, but there it is, the Dynastic Conqueror. Okay, this was a busted good city skin for a long time because it gave all troop defense. All right, so now the game has given us in the KvK shop, now the game has given us a situation to where we can go get something equivalent to the Dynastic Conqueror in the Hawa Mahal, and it gives you 8% defense. And this is just a set it and forget it, give you peace of mind as a free-to-play or low spender. I encourage everybody, and so many people already have so many Conquest coins who are free-to-play and low spenders who haven't spent those because they know they're not going to go forge some of this KvK equipment, and you're already sitting on 6 Conquest coins. Go get this, guys, because it's beautiful. It doesn't matter if you're running 3, 4, 5 marches. It doesn't matter if you're running more troop types over the other, okay? Let's just do a little math here, all right? Let's say you run 5 marches, and 3 of them happen to be infantry marches, right? And you're in this, and you're trying to figure out what to get, and you've got the St. Peter's here, and you're saying, okay, I can get 10% infantry defense on 3 of the 5 marches I have because I run 3 infantry, 1 cav, and 1 archer. And that's 30% of stats, okay? But even on that same setup, you go get this thing, it gives you 8% defense on all 5 marches. That's a total of 40% defense. You follow? And so that is going to be more effective for you in the field. And that is what I always encourage low spenders and free to plays. If you don't have a Zenith City skin, or even if you've got something with 10 or 15% of stats, but you're running 5 and 6 marches or 4, 5, or 6 marches, then this will do better. You just got to calculate the numbers and what it does. Plus, this is defense, okay? Especially for cavs and especially for archers, this is fantastic. Now, infantry already has a whole bunch of defense with their equipment and all that stuff, but it's still extremely potent. So I always encourage players. It is, guys, I love doing videos and content over the questions that I get the most of. And when you go into my Discord, the Discord link's down in the description. I have a channel in there called Ask Anything. You don't have to be a member of my channel. You don't have to do anything. You just have to be a part of my Discord. You can ask whatever you want in there. I've got people in there that are constantly helping you with your accounts. And one of them, far and away, the most common questions I get is, which city skin should I get? Hey, I'm a free-to-play low spender. Should I get this? Should I go for this Zenith? And they'll put up their speed ups, and it's like, bro, you go for Zenith and you spin the speed ups, you're not going to have any speed ups to fight. You're going to be dead weight. And they're like, yeah, I guess that's a good point, but I've been saving for so long. And it's just like, bro, if you're a free-to-play or low spender and you're playing this game and you're grinding it out and you're a very effective player and you got a lot of farms and you really help your kingdom and you do all that stuff, just save your Conquest coins and go with the Hawa Mahal. It's fantastic. It is so, so good. And it's one of the biggest pieces of advice that I give out to players all the time. And so not everybody can be a rally and garrison, and that's okay, guys. Everybody doesn't need to be a rally or garrison. But when it comes to free-to-play and low spenders, like, guys, look, I've got this stuff racked up forever. 10% infantry health, okay? I've got this stuff here because I've spent an insane amount of money, but I ran the Emerald Shade Hall for a long time with cavalry defense, all right? Then I upgraded to the Gilded Pavilion with 20% cavalry defense. And then I've also got Sands of Time, which when I'm in the field, that's what I love to run. But 16% attack is better than the 8% all-troop defense you can get from the KvK shop for free-to-plays and low spenders, but it's not that much better. It's literally not that much better. And so if you want to play at a high level in the field, the Hawa Mahal is like the way to go. It is literally the way to go. It's one of the cool things that you could run in this game. And just like Dynastic Conqueror, 8% troop defense is fantastic, okay? And so from there, that's one of the things I wanted to touch base with as I do these guides, as I do all these different things to help you with your accounts, okay? If you haven't joined my Discord, like I said before, hit that link. The link is down in the description. Get down in my comments. I love having the conversation with you down there. I love interacting in the YouTube comments. And again, when it comes to some of this stuff, I always encourage everybody with their city skins, free-to-play low spenders, go get this thing, and you don't have to worry about anything for a long time. You know, whatever you run in the field, you're going to get great benefit, and you just don't have to worry about it. So, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, please throw a thumbs up on it. Give it a like. Like I said, it really helps out the algorithm. It really helps out the interactions with these videos. And get down in the comments. Give me your opinion. Tell me what you're running. Tell me what you ought to do. And with that, we hope you have a great day, broskies.